Oftentimes, you don't need a bigger model nor a bigger context window. What you simply need is the right context, and this is getting hard nowadays with huge tool outputs or other misplaced context that we not thoughtful place into our prompt. And therefore, we have like a huge prompt or context that we send to the large language model, which leads to increased cost, increased latency, and overall not a good quality of the response. And in today's video, I would like to introduce you Headroom. This is an open source project by a Netflix engineer where he came up with a really nice approach how to tackle this problem. This is basically a local context compression layer for agents. So all what it does is it takes our prompt and removes all the useless stuff in there, and then we can send it to the large language model. So let me show you how this works. So as I mentioned earlier, this project is called Headroom. If we have a look here on GitHub, and all is almost on 50K stars, really impressive. And here we see really a short description what it does: compress tool outputs, log files, and rag chunks before they reach the LLM. 60 to 95 viewer tokens and the same answers. This is really important. So we don't suffer here with the quality. We reduce all the noise and we get the same or even better quality. So how does it work? It compresses JSON structurally, massively deduplicate logs, reduce repetitive tables, leave unique data unchanged. And optionally, you also have the option to control also the output tokens from the LLM back, and they're also compressed. Because we pay for like the input tokens as well the output tokens. We focus now more here in the input tokens, but of course with Headroom you can also tackle the output tokens as well. So not everything is equally important, and therefore repetitive data is compressed heavily, structured data is compressed intelligently, and unique data is left untouched. So how does this work? So we have our inputs, our prompt, and then we have Headroom, and we use it this time with the compress function. And here Headroom coexists or is like made up in three components. First, we have the cache aligner. And the cache aligner, what it does is it takes the dynamic content of our prompt and move it all to the end. And why does it? Because if we have in the beginning of our prompt always the same information and the structure, the LM will recognize this and starts implicitly to cache this part, and therefore we don't have to pay that much because it's already cached. And imagine if we would have like in all over spread our prompt dynamic data, the LM would not really could not cache it because it changed all the time. And so the cache aligner, it identifies all the dynamic moving parts, puts them to the end so that the LM can cache the front part. Then we have the smart crusher here, and this is basically the context engine or algorithm in there. Here it looks for all these JSON, nested JSON, and makes its magic. And then we have our context manager. And what the job of the context manager is that the data or the prompt that we have is not not more than the context that we have on the current model that we use. So in there it manages our context and also take care of what information we should then carry on or what we should then just cut off. So, and this is then basically these three elements in this transformer pipeline. And then after that, also what is interesting to mention, each of these are working independently, and you can skip them one part if you like, or because it's like independently, and they will fail gracefully. So basically if here or maybe there should be an error raised, it would be still manageable because it will raise gracefully and just simply return the input that you gave. These are also like from the design principles. And yeah, then after that we have our new, better approved context and prompt, and we send it to LM. And so how can we use Headroom? So there are three ways. We can simply spin up a proxy server, and there we have no code change at all because we just from our code first go through this proxy, the proxy will do its magic and afterwards forward it to the LM. Then we have the Python SDK. Here we can explicitly call this compress function that I will show you in a second, or like also with Anthropic. There's also an SDK where we can like craft the client with it. So let's go into the Python notebook, and here I will show you more details about how we can use it. So these are like the three integration modes: compress, where we call it directly, the proxy, and the SDK wrapper. So Headroom wraps your existing client. So in this notebook, we only use compress. And here I've prepared now a real life scenario where we have support tickets, and there we also have a lot of noise and logs. Okay. So let me run this as a prerequisite. Then we have now here P4 Headroom. And we see that our incident context is like around 20,000 tokens. And this is like the context we have, like the system, user, assistant, and the tools part. Then we will apply now Headroom, and you see what we do is we simply call this compress function where we put in all our messages that we got from build incident context. We specify the model because, you know, the model is important because each model has a different context window, and therefore the context manager needs to take care of the depending size. And here we have now other parameters that we can work on, for example, compressed user messages, and here basically can give a ratio how strong we actually would like to compress or not. But you can also read them, the parameters description here down below, or also like in the documentation. So, and this compress function we get from, yes, from Headroom, we import it up here, okay? And then now let me run this, and you see compressed, we have like only 6,700 tokens around, and this is the context. It looks quite the same, you know, system user, but I guess it worked some magic here on this repetitive tool information on the logs. So we saved around 67%. Wow. Okay, this is actually nice only locally, but I will show you a real use case now in where we make a real call to OpenAI with our support ticket information before and after. So it's the same information that we sent. And we see we called OpenAI with the raw context of this 80,000 tokens, and here with Headroom with only 6,500 tokens. And let's analyze only the response that we got back from the raw reply. So we see here the payment authorization endpoint intermittently returned 502 errors from Stripe, leading to significant drop in checkout success rate. And the checkout success rate decreased from 89 to 81% for 70 minutes, causing a surge in customer support inquiries. And now with the Headroom reply, failure, intermittent 502 errors from Stripe on payment authorization endpoint due to upstream network issues, and customer impact, checkout success rate dropped from 98 to 81, leading to so basically we have the same information with the same numbers. Okay, it's like a little bit in a different shape of the sentences, okay, but semantically it is the same information, and you see the quality here is the same. But, and you see it here on the raw with POM tokens, we already discussed it, right? So we saved here 64%. Complete tokens is the same, total tokens. And here, this is also super interesting. You see the latency. In the raw, we had like 6 milliseconds, and with Headroom, only 1. Yeah, so basically this is the whole idea that I wanted to give you here in this notebook. On the end, I also describe more the different components of how it works internally. And here's also an example how you can do it with the output tokens. So set it up on your own, play around in order to save some money, tokens. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, leave a subscription. Thank you and see you the next time.